All right, back out here on the old DT 100. Gonna revisit this area right here. Kind of seems like it's got a little in and out movement too, but that's, you know, between the teeth there. But I do think there may be a little bit something. We'll find out when we pull it off. Plunger out of here. Got our 19 mil on the breaker bar. I did measure up my springs. They are less than they should be on a couple of them, but I got new ones anyhow. Here's our measurements. And yeah, they're a little soft. I did measure the friction plates, even though we've got new ones, just to kind of get an idea of what time might have been on these, and they're pretty, like, seems like almost new. Steel discs, they got some wear and a little bit of uneven, like on a flat surface, you know, glass table, they got a little bit of rock to them. I got new ones of those too. Yeah, we're gonna try this tusk tool on this clutch. Should work, or if not, I'll grab the impact. I did watch a video on rebuilding these clutch baskets, or driven gear, whatever you want to call it, drive gear. Let's call it in here. Item 1, primary driven gear. Yeah, it doesn't go into the what's on internally in there, cushions and whatnot. It looks a little similar to some other bikes of that era, different than what other bikes I've been working on recently got, like the BSA or CR500 is definitely different. Anyhow, the guy's video is a guy, Dale Swagger. I believe that's how you say that. Pretty good video on the DTs here, and I think A1s, I think, and I think CT1s or something. And it looks like getting them cushions so the clutch can be difficult. I did see a place called HVC Cycle that has them listed. I'll get this pulled apart, see what it's like, and I'll get this off here first and get a hold of them. All right, let's give her a try like this, huh? Whoa. See what happens here. Well, if it broke loose or not. No. Try grabbing it a different way here. Probably the better way to grab it anyways. We're gonna try it a different way there for a minute there. Didn't look up the torque on this. Oh, there we go. You know, you can always go to the impact, but I like to try it without it. Impacts can be kind of, you know, they work, but the driving on stuff's not always great. The beating. That's a good tool, by the way. Definitely well worth the money. Oh, that fell right in the oil. That figures. I gotta dig that out of there. All right, didn't hit record there. I was pulling this off. This bearing here, bearing in there, goes in this way. This big thick washer spacers on the outside there. Set that down here. Pull the basket out, or driven gear, whatever you want to call it. There's another shim here. Let's see here, this is see, I'm not real familiar with these. Watching that guy's video. Definitely a little slop in there, and it's taking these rivets off here. We'll grind those off, pull the assembly apart. But I suppose it needs freshened up here. Kind of just try to keep everything in order. This bearing on top of here, set off to the side. All right, so now that I got this off, I'm gonna get a hold of that place today, get those parts coming. It's off too. It's be a lot easier to file those out. Those chatter marks there. Everything looks pretty good so far looking over this. I'm just gonna clean this stuff up. You know, good bath. So yeah, I did call Rocky Mountain ATV about this. That showed 7 to 10 days out. You know, if you ordered it, and that's kind of a back order situation. When I called, I want to make sure. That's what I assumed. But called and talked to him. I said, yeah, it could be 2 months. I'm not waiting 2 months. That's a long time. I mean, yeah. I did see these on eBay. I think they came from Indonesia. The shipping was almost as much as they wanted for the part. And of course, there's the waiting of that. I think the whole, I don't know, the politics of getting stuff from out of country now. Who knows how that's going? Don't really pay attention to that stuff. Either way, typical scenario of ordering parts, you know, can be a pain sometimes. Kind of like this battery I got going here. Yeah, that's just to get it shipped back. You know, I got it fixed as best I can. It got placed in a really bad spot, obviously, and the box had pretty much been run over. Yeah, it's right around the holidays, so I don't know how long it'll take to get these bushings, the rubbers, cushions. I'm going to give them a ring. All right, back out here on the old DT 100. Been filing away at this, taking out them chatter marks. Got one more spot to file. This one here. The clutch bushings came in. The oil line, I actually thought it was oil line from the tank, but it's one from the pump to the carb. Still waiting on this O-ring that rides in here. But for now, just gonna file on the last one of these that's left here. Gotta see those have been filed out. That still needs filed. I'm down to this. Didn't want to film all of them, be filing all of them, but yeah, file it up real quick. Going with this bigger file. Then I cleaned it up with a smaller one here. A little bit more. Come in and fine tune it with a smaller file. It's cleaned up pretty decent. You know, you don't got to go too crazy, just kind of feather it in there, just kind of taking out the ridges and leave it at that. Don't got to go crazy. All right, I'm gonna just practice on one of these, trial and error, right? Got a steel rivet there. Gonna get the recruit the old grinder here and trim that one down and then see if I can punch it out. Start out with the less abrasive sanding disc here before going straight to the grinding disc. See how this goes. don't look too bad. I was trying not to get too far into the material around it. I think that may be enough. I'm going to grab a hammer and punch, see if I can drive that through. May not be enough. May drill it. Give it a little relief. So I don't want to get too far into the surface. And when you do a rivet, they tend to swell in the hole. So even though I got the bucktail off, I'm going to run a drill bit down through there, do a little relief. All right, we got our hole drilled through there. I'm going to give it a few whacks. If not, flip it over. Try to use a punch to break the countersunk side. Still sitting pretty proud there. Don't want to take the grinder on there too much. I'd rather try to work it with the drill bits and the punches. Just going to hit it in one little spot here, maybe that may be hanging up on. See how that treats us. I believe she's moving. Yep, she's going. Oh yeah. Just had a little edge there hanging on. Ow. Damn it. All right, I think that's where I'm going to hold off for now. Excuse me. See here on the rivet, hard to tell. Almost looks like it bent when it was in there. Maybe it happened coming out, but you can kind of see how they bulge a little. But I think drilling that hole helped relieve that swelling effect. Maybe not. Could have been the thing, the edge hanging up there, but you know, material-wise, I don't think I removed really. I just scratched the surface there. What I'm going to do for now is see what I can get in town for rivets. Hopefully I can get rivets fitting there. These are steel. I know I could probably find aluminum ones, but try to look for some steel ones. And I guess worst case scenario is screws with some really flush, low profile lock nuts of some sort. Latch ditch effort. The guys that sold the cushions and this hose here, HVC cycle. I didn't see any rivets on her website, and I never got around to calling them. I just ordered it online. But yeah, I guess that's it for now.